All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim, continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, get right to it. As caption reads, Iran's armed forces unveil new drones and missiles. You know what I'm saying? And this is it. This is it right here. We're leading into the last bit of Esau's kingdom, because as this progresses, and it shall progress, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, as this progresses, as this thing escalates more and more with all these countries getting all their nuclear arms, missiles, ballistic rockets, and all that, as they get this more going, then it's going to be the ultimate end of World War III. Because we're in the process of World War III popping off, but we haven't reached to the big stage of World War III. See, we're in the beginning stages of World War III. But the end of stage is going to be nuclear war. Now, nobody's going nuclear yet, but it's getting closer day by the day. And nothing can stop it, no matter what. That the Lord don't care about your career goals, your 5-year plan in America, your generational wealth you're trying to get. He don't care about that, man. This is all about the Lord's plan. And the plan is for these nations to get ready for war. Prepare war. Joel, the 3rd chapter, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles and prepare war. So it's a lot of articles. So this is you got one article. There, a lot of these are day old, 14 hours, 9 hours. Let's see what Yahoo talking about. Okay, I'm gonna use a couple articles, see how much it goes. So this is from Yahoo News, The Telegraph. And it says here, it says, Iran unveils new long-range drone in Tehran military parade. So there was a parade, I guess yesterday or today. Well, it's yesterday. So it says, Iran unveiled an upgraded attack drone at a major military parade in Tehran on Saturday. The Shahed 136B drone has new features and an operational range of more than 2,500 miles. Almost double that of its predecessors, Iran's IRNA news agency said. It said older Shahed 131 and Shahed 136 drones have been used extensively by Russia to attack infrastructure targets in Ukraine, which is the ongoing war right now. And it says, and have reported ranges of 600 miles and 1,600 miles, respectively. It says the drones are unmanned kamikaze weapons that can be fitted with a warhead of up to 50 kilograms. It says typically launched in swarms, they are flown into targets where they detonate on impact. So remember, if they go to war with the small hats, even if they have the Iron Dome, because the Iron Dome shoots the bombs, it'll detonate. And who knows? And now this is like they're saying it can go further. And soon enough, that Iron Dome that Amalek is trusting so much in is going to fall. Is going to get faulty. It's going to get overwhelmed. Lord willing, soon. But, it's all the Lord's plan. It says a new jihad ballistic missile was also revealed by the Iranian military at Saturday's parade. Iranian state media said it runs on solid fuel and was made by the aerospace wing of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. It reportedly has an operational range of more than 600 miles. Because what's going on right now? Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran, Hezbollah is getting it in more with the small hats over there. Probably as we speak. There's been bombs flying back and forth all weekend over there between the small hats and Hezbollah, Lebanon, whatever you want to call it. So this thing is escalating every day, and it's not going to one day just somehow just let everybody stop. No, it's going to keep intensifying until eventually these countries going to go nuclear. And because why? This the Lord's plan. This the Heavenly Father's plan, along with His Son that's doing everything the Father said Him about to do, which is have these nations come to war, and then He's going to send them back. That's what's about to happen. So all of this, what they're doing is leading up to Yahawah's return. Because the Lord said He was going to come back in the midst of them fighting. It says Sacred Defense Week. It says the parade was held in commemoration of the 44th anniversary of the start of the Iran-Iraq War as part of an annual event series called Sacred Defense Week. So basically, there's just basically flexing, showing what they got, showing their new toys. Let's go to another article. So this is from the Kiev's Post, Ukrainian magazine, and it says Iran showcases modernized Shahed drones with claimed 4,000-kilometer range. It said the new drones showcased alongside a new ballistic missile can supposedly travel over 4,000 kilometers, which is, when you translate it, it's 2,500 miles, doubling that of its predecessor. So they're pretty much saying the same thing. Yep, yeah, because what it said that Russia is using the bombs that Iran is unveiling on them, right? Because it says Kiev Post. So it says, read this one. It says, Iran showcased new versions of the Shahed drones used by Russia and Ukraine alongside a new missile on Saturday during a military parade. Iranian state news agency IRNA reported that the newest Shahed 136B drone, presumably an upgrade of the Shahed 136 drones Russia has been using daily in Ukraine, and the Jihad ballistic missile were unveiled in Saturday's parade that commemorated Iran's Sacred Defense Week. So they're pretty much saying the same thing, but okay. Jump down. It says the new drone's alleged range would cover the entirety of Ukraine, which it said what? It says Russia's been using these exact things that Iran is showcasing against Ukraine daily. Daily. They don't break this daily, every day. Okay? It says the new drone's alleged range will cover the entirety of Ukraine if launched from Russia, and is capable of reaching NATO countries bordering Ukraine through Ukrainian territories. Because what? Remember the America and NATO, they helping Ukraine. And Russia already said, they're like, yo, man, y'all continue to help them, man. Y'all declaring war too. So y'all about to be fair game, basically. And that's what's happening. That's what the Lord, yo, this is Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's plan. No other God has this, no prophecy to tell before when it's going to happen. The prophets have been speaking of these things to come that was going to start happening years ago. Over 30 years ago. We talk about going back all the way to the 60s and the 70s. And up until now, what, the early to mid 2000s, you've had the prophets out here on the YouTube. Roughly around 2007, I believe when the apostles and all that came to the internet of YouTube. And after that, what's been happening? More brothers have been coming to the truth. More souls have been woken up. More prophecies have been coming to pass. These devils have been getting there. The beast system going more and more. So now we already have, basically, the world is getting rid of cash and going towards a digital currency. All within the course of this last few years doing this C-19 thing. From the C-19, 2020 till now, look how much has changed in the world. As far as war goes, the system goes, societies, rules, laws, regulations, everything has changed. And what that means, what the devil knows he has but a short time. Remember the Lord said, what? The third woe coming quickly. And remember, since what, Russia and Ukraine have been going, this particular war has been going on since what, February 2022? So that means when February 2025 happens, it's going to be what? 3 years. This October comes going to be a year since this shit happened with Amalek and small hats over there with the Palestinians. And now they're almost at a full-fledged war the same way they were with Gaza with Hezbollah, aka slash Lebanon. So you tell me what's going on. You people want to talk about, oh, not in our lifetime. So what do you think this shit is right now? What do you think is going on right now as far as all this war? More missiles, more bombs being unveiled. More countries talking about, like, yo, we need to go. We need to start getting our nuclear capabilities together as well. Okay. Oops. Continuing on. It says Russia has been using Shahed drones and fuck. Come on, bro. Yo, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. So it says Russia has been using the Shahed drones and the domestically produced variants known as Garan against Ukraine, mostly against civilian infrastructure, and accompanying its missiles during massive aerial strikes to distract air defenses due to their relatively low cost. It's not clear if Iran has supplied the new drone to Russia or whether Russia was involved in the development of the new drone by providing Iran with data and experience and has obtained by deploying the drones in Ukraine. And here about to have America take on it. Says, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said in early September that Iran has provided Russia with the short-range FAH 360 missiles, FAH 360 missiles, with a range of up to 100 kilometers, 75 miles, which could threaten a majority of frontline positions in eastern Ukraine and regional capitals in southern Ukraine. But this new drone they got, this talk about they can go 2,500 miles. From 75 to 2,500, it said this new, the thing that Iran is using now, it said that with Russia using it, they can cover the whole entirety of Ukraine and surrounding NATO countries. So it says unnamed European intelligence officials also claimed in September that Russia has developed and employed a new drone called Garpia A1 using Chinese engines and parts against Ukraine. So what, that's China, Russia, Iran? They got a nice little pack going on. You still got North Korea. All these countries are going against NATO and America and the small hats. Okay, so then let me see about one more article. Yeah, might as well use this one, Times of Small Hats, TOI. Times of Israel. See, I'm gonna read this last article on this subject matter, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. But boom, you see where we at. It's go time. Soon, the prep work is impeccable. They're getting ready. They're getting ready, people. And the American government is not telling the people what's really going on. These other countries, they telling their people like, yo, listen, man, shit about to get wild out here. You see in the small head, they fucking in bomb shelters all damn day. Because right now, they be getting bombed all for the last couple days nonstop. Because what them niggas, the small head did to the Hezbollah with the pagers and the handheld devices, detonating them. So here it says, Tehran unveils new drone missile, claims Israel deterred by its power. So the small hats, not the real Israelites, but the small hats. It says Iran unveiled a new ballistic missile and an upgraded one-way attack drone at a military parade on yesterday. State media said, amid soaring regional tensions and allegations of arming Russia, which they said they already said they've been going back and forth delivering shit to each other, Iran and Russia. They have a common enemy, America and the small hats. It says new Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian attended the annual parade in Tehran commemorating the 1980 to 88 war with Saddam Hussein's Iraq. Today, our defensive and deterrent capabilities have grown so much that no demon even thinks about any aggression towards our dear Iran, he says. With unity and cohesion among Islamic countries, we can put in its place the bloodthirsty genocidal usurper Israel, which shows no mercy to anyone, women or children, old or young. It says the comments come as Israel, the small hats, has stepped up its fight against Iran's main proxy, the Hezbollah terror group in Lebanon, which is what's going on right now, intensifying right now. And the head of Hezbollah said, what? This is only the beginning of their response. Remember, that whole shit that happened, they said like 3,000 people got hurt and like 9 people got killed, I want to say, with the whole thing that happened this past Wednesday, a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, this past week, few days ago. It says Iran stands accused by Western governments of supplying both drones and missiles to Russia for use in its war with Ukraine, a charge that are repeatedly denied. But here it is, right? America, you're supplying the small hats with a bunch of fucking military aid and missiles and all that shit. But nobody else can support nobody else. But you can give Israel all the support for them to fucking do all this so-called genocide, all this killing, right? And if that's not hypocrisy, what the fuck is hypocrisy then, man? So what, they armor Russia? So what? This is war, right? You armor the Ukraine? What the fuck? How is it that you can arm the Ukraine, arm the small hats and all that, but they can't arm Russia? They can't give help to China. Can't arm. Nobody can help the people that you're fighting against, though. But you can help all the people that they're fighting against. The fuck out of here, man. It says the solid fuel Jihad missile was designed and manufactured by the aerospace arm of Iran's Revolutionary Guards and has an operational range of 1,000 kilometers, more than 600 miles, state news agency IRNA said. It said the Shahed 136B drone is an upgraded version of the Shahed 136 with new features and an operational range of more than 4,000 kilometers, 2,500 miles it adds. See? And there you have it. So now let's get to the Bible. Let's get to the scriptures. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9, and it reads, Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So what? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Those are the Gentiles. Tell them what? Prepare war. And that's what they're doing. And that's what the prophets have been saying for years. Yo, these countries are going to get it in. Iran, America, Russia, China, North Korea, the small hats that's in our land. These terror groups, Hamas, Hezbollah, all these things going down is leading what? To Yahawah's return. Because these are going to be the same exact people that's spoken about in the 2nd to 13th chapter. But continuing on Joel, it says, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hook into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what Iran is doing right now with this. This is just yesterday. What was it? This article came out, what? September 21st, 12 o'clock p.m. Over there, I guess over there in Small Hatville. So they, what? It's still like yesterday. Right, so this is Joel chapter 3, verse 10, and it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. So at one time, Iran, nobody cared, nobody's checking for Iran like 20, 30, 40 years ago. Iran wasn't a big talk of the town in the world as far as nuclear arsenals and military goals, but now they are because why? They have that material, and it's prophecy. Russia, they all doing deals with each other. They all giving each other resources, missiles, whatever they need to get this to be in allegiance against NATO and America, which is what? The beast and the whore. And then ultimately what? It said the beast shall hate the whore. So all these NATO countries, they're gonna go against America, man. Because, you know, a lot of these NATO countries, even though they're probably not saying it out loud, they don't like how things are going right now either. You already got Turkey, a country of NATO, talk about how they want to, you know what I'm saying? They supporting the other side. They supporting the ops. They supporting Russia. They supporting Iran. That's why the Lord said what? Jeremiah the 50th chapter said, well, all these arrows shall be pointed against what? Babylon. Because they fucking being a nuisance on the earth. But continuing on, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. And that's what they're doing. They're assembling themselves. Getting all the ducks in a row, getting all the pieces together. It says, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And that's what they're doing. They all coming up. They coming down, coming up, whatever you want to say. They're gathering together. And America is too. America's getting ready. You see, America sent some soldiers over there to Alaska because of the Russian military activity. You got a lot of things going on. They're not talking. But what are they pressing hard on as far as media goes to the public in America? Diddy. Amber Rose and Iman Shumpert were spotted together. What else? Shit with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna. Like the same old bullshit, man. But all the shit is being exposed now because now you have the shit, the whales of the horrors of the industry, the entertainment world, and all that. All the fuck shit they be doing, all that's coming out. In the midst of all of this war shit, that's what the Lord said. What? Behold, the day is near. It is near. Each day that passes, we're getting closer, not further. We're getting closer to our rule, and Esau, Edom, and these heathens rule over us is getting further away. So it's going to be over. Verse 12, and it reads, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So now, you see what the Lord said, right? He said, there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. And that's through who? His son, Yahawashi. So call Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. No other God, no other religion is talking about what's going on right now. Like, yeah, this means this means that. This is going to happen, this here, in this land there. No. Because the Bible is the only book, what, of prophecies. The book of the true living God. That's talking about the true living God and his ways. So since it said he's going to judge the heathen round about, right? Might as well get it. Now I'm gonna start from the top. So this is book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13 verse 1, and it reads, "It came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night." So now Ezra is about to have a dream. Speaking on the dream he had, it says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." Now what's going to be some of those things that are going to be seen under him? Because let's talk about Yahawashi. These other nations, their militaries, their armies, all of that, their air force, navy. Everybody going to get a piece of Yahawashi. Everybody going to get a piece of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI's judgment, man. And it's close. Every day is getting closer, one day closer. So eventually it's going to be the day of the Lord. Yahawashi going to be here. And everything's going to change instantly. These nations going, yo, all right, continuing on. And it says, verse 4, "And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it faileth the fire." So what? He going, what? Fire. Remember it says what? Our God is a consuming fire. So Yahawah, why Yahawashi are what? A consuming fire. And they come into the earth to bring fire along with the fire that they making these other nations give to each other. It's going to be it's going to be ugly, but it's going to be beautiful at the same time. Lord wouldn't be part of the elect. But for everybody else, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be harsh. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be messy. It's going to be smelly. The smell of rotting flesh, the smell of burning flesh, throughout the whole earth. But in America, this land in America, it's a wrap. Okay, so verse 5 of 2nd Ezra chapter 13, and it reads, "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men, out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea." So what? That's these armies, these other nations. Because then it say what? It should be a great war between heaven and earth. The heavenly Father's Son and the angels he come with from heaven, along with the devil's angels on earth. All these militaries, America, NATO, Russia, China, all these nations going to gather together to try to fight against Yahawashi. And that day is coming because why? The Lord said what? They was going to be fighting against each other first, which we're going to get into. And it says, verse 6, it says, "But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not." So that's what the chariot that Yahawashi coming on, man. And he said basically compared to look like a mountain that's graved. Think about a flying mountain. Metaphorically speaking, but just imagine like somebody took like the Grand Canyon or something shit like that, or some rock, what the fuck, Mount Everest. Imagine somebody took that and is flying upon it. But it's not that. It's what he's come with from the heavens, man. Those what they call UFOs, chariots. That's what Yahawashi is coming with. These chariots, these so-called UFOs, they call them UFOs. They've been spotted for years, and they've been spotted more and more over the last recent years. So, man, signs in the heaven. And it says in verse 8, and it says, "And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there was fight." So what? They all going to be gathered together against Yahawashi and his angels. And it said they're going to be in fear. Because think about how they not going to get feared. But yet the Lord said what? They durst fight, so he's still going to make them fight. Matter of fact, hold up. Oh, shit. So when you go into the word durst, they durst fight. So what? They're dared. What's it? Daring. from first and third person singular of Old English. It said Duran, be bold enough, have courage. So what? They said they're gonna be bold enough to still fight. He's gonna make them bold enough to fight. Remember, just think about how that sounds. Yahawashai controls their minds. So as afraid they're gonna be, he's still gonna put in their mind to still go up against them. Now that's true power. And in the second Ezra chapter 13, verse 9, it reads, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10, it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Giving them hell, giving them heat, the true heat, the heat from heaven, though. The fire not kindled by man. Remember, those nuclear missiles, those still were created by man. Now, granted, the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, put it in their mind to do it, but it still was created through man's hands. This fire that Yahawah is coming with, it's coming with the initial fire of existence. That's what Yahawah is coming with, and that's what's going to burn these motherfuckers up. And it says it in verse 11 of 2nd Ezra chapter 13. It says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon a multitude which was prepared to fight. So these other nations, these military, the armies, all these nations, Esau's military, these heathens military, they're going to be fighting each other. But then see Yahawah and the host of heavens he come with, they're going to see him and be like, shit, oh man. Matter of fact, and it says, and fell with violence upon a multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So of course, remember, this is a dream. So imagine once this is reality, once it really happens on the earth. The Lord said this is going to take place on the earth. This ain't going to be no intergalaxy thing, some sci-fi movie shit. No, this is going to take place right here on the Lord's earth. The Lord said he's going to visit the earth which he has made with vengeance and indignation against the nations. Matter of fact, let me get something real quick. So see, I said what? The great multitude that came up against him to fight, right? So we go into Isaiah, the 34th chapter. This first verse, it says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Verse 2, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. And don't that sound a lot like what just happened in 2nd Ezra 13 chapter I just read? He said, all you nations. He said, what? Your upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. So what? All their militaries. And they're going to come and they're going to fight against Yahawah. Because they don't have nothing else to do. The Lord goes, hey, you got to finish this story out. And remember, this is the Heavenly Father's plan. Because what did Yahawah always say? What? I come to do the will of my Father in heaven. So this is all the Heavenly Father, the Creator's will to do this. And you got these people on the earth talking about, well, we need to stop the war and peace and this, that, and that. The Lord ain't talking about nothing about, the Creator ain't talking nothing about no peace right now. This is a time of war. They say, what, every time there's a time and season and place for everything? A time for love, a time for hate, a time for war, a time for peace. We're now in a time of war. It's not a time for peace. But here it is, these nations that have been, especially Esau, America, them talking about all this war-written shit they've been doing. Now they want to talk about peace. Now because it's affecting them. Verse 3, and it says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. So what? The Lord is going to burn them up. Their mountains, their lands, a lot of lands going to be burnt to hell up. And remember, they're going to come to a certain designated area, right up there in the Middle East. They're going to go and fight against Yahawah. He said, there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about. Man, they're going to try to fight against him and lose utterly. And then he's going to destroy America. On the midst of all that, he's going to destroy America. That's another thing that they don't want to. That's another thing that they don't tell you in the churches, man. The daughter of Babylon is America. In the scriptures, in the book of Revelation, that's America. And the Lord said, what? It shall utterly be destroyed. It's fallen. Right? Okay, so this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 4, and it reads, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So the mushroom clouds, and it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Yeah. And you go into the next verses down, it talks about one particular nation, Idumea, which was synonymous with Edom, the nation of Edom, the so-called white race. The Lord got some smoke for y'all too, or fire, I should say, where there's smoke. So the Lord got smoke for you nations, man. And this is what the prophets have been saying for years. This is not a game. This is really going to happen. No matter if you believe it or not. It said, what if some did not believe? Did I have something else? I brought the scripture. Is there anything else I need to bring up? I mean, that's pretty much it, you know. Because, you know, with these scriptures, it's like repetitive, but it's so much stuff happening regarding these scriptures that you got to keep reading them. Because what? It's prophecy. The spirit of, whoa, man, speaking of which, I think that's, oh shit. Man, if I'm going to go back to 2 Ezra 13 chapter and jump down. So, remember what he said he saw, right? He said he saw a man. Looked like he graved a mountain, but he couldn't see where it was graven. And all the great multitude of the countries came to fight against him, right? It said, though they feared a durst fight, right? So when you jump down, it says what? 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 15, it says, show me now yet the interpretation of this dream, right? It says, for as I conceive in my understanding, woe unto them that should be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. It says, for they that were not left were in heaviness. It says, now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which we're in right now, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. And it says, declare. Verse 20 says, yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, not to see the things that happen in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, verse 21 of 2 Ezra chapter 13, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the thing that thou hast required. Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind, this is the interpretation. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself. They that be fallen into danger are such as works and faith toward the Almighty. Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. This is the meaning of the vision, though. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. So remember he saw this man breathing fire, basically set shit on fire, turn everybody to dust, right? Okay, so yeah, 2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 25, and it says, this is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming from the midst of the sea. The same as whom the God, whom Yahawah, the highest, hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war. Remember, he talked about YAHAWASHI, who the world called Jesus. But that the rushing of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. So what? This is going to happen on the planet Earth. Right? And it says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And a time shall be when these things shall come to pass. So all this war happens, which is right now happening. You got another coming up against another, and there's going to be that realm against another. That realm is the earth realm, then the heavenly realm, right? The spiritual realm. And in a time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and a sign shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou seest as a man ascending. Call Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Ezra saw YAHAWASHI. And it said what? That was his son. The Heavenly Father, that's his son. That hasn't happened yet. So that's how we know those small heads over there right now, those are not the real Israelites. Those are not the sons of Jacob. Those are the sons of Esau. And it said that Esau was going to be in that land. Ezekiel the 36th chapter. No, 35th chapter, I believe. Now everything is coming to fruition that the prophets of old spoke about. Isaiah spoke about. Ezekiel spoke about. Daniel spoke about. John spoke about. Jeremiah, the daughter of Babylon. Babylon is Isaiah 47th chapter. This all coming to pass as we speak every day, right now, in this present time. Things are written aforetime were written for our learning. Now it's the end. Now it's the latter days. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. Can't nobody go back in time. Can't nobody change nobody's mind. Everybody keep getting ready for war more and more, and that's it. And we don't want it. We need this. This is what our power told us was going to be happening. And when that happens, along with these motherfuckers fighting, he's going to send his son back and destroy these nations. So, hey, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKADASH. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all the truth and sincerity. Shalom.